Hey gamers, Stogie here, and today I'm bringing you guys a Battlefield 4 gameplay video from the PlayStation 4. And in today's video, I want to go to school. I want to teach you guys a little something, and I'm thinking about maybe making this into a video series, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But what I am playing in this gameplay is Conquest Large on Rogue Transmission, and I am running the Engineer class, and I'd like to make that a common theme across this series. But let's get started. So I am basically demonstrating for you guys and trying to teach you how I think it is most successful to approach Conquest Large from an infantry standpoint in Battlefield 4. A lot of you guys may be newer to Battlefield 4 or Battlefield in general, and several of you console players are probably newer to 64-man servers. So one thing that you will notice is it does not take much to get into the thick of the action. You guys see here, I just came on this flag, and you've already seen me get into several gunfights. I've had a gunship shooting at me from above, vehicles flying around everywhere. That's how Conquest is, and that's why Conquest is the classic game mode for Battlefield. The way Conquest works is there's several flags positioned throughout the map. On this map there's 5 flag positions, and you cap them by getting on them with the majority players. So check that out too. That is the MBT law. Shoot it underneath that little gap and it pops up and blows up the LAV from the top. So that's pretty sick. But anyway, you have to have the majority of players on the flag to cap it. So say we have 4 players from our team and the enemy team has 3, we will slowly get a progressive cap on that flag until we fully get the flag. If you go onto a flag and the A, B, C, D, E, F or whatever starts looking like it's burning, they call it, which means it lights up and is kind of flashing. If the bar is not decreasing, it's telling you that you are outnumbered by the enemy team. So what you want to do, in my opinion, as an infantry player, is pick the flag or pick the area of the map that best suits you. So you're gonna see me on this D flag this entire video. All I'm doing in this entire video is defending my house. I made D flag my house. I am going to take it and retake it and hold it at all costs, and the way I'm going to do that is by kind of making a position of the D flag in the center and then thinking of a perimeter around the outside. So you'll see rarely in this video do I go in the center where the actual flag is. I work this perimeter with a suppressed weapon, and I work it and take the guys out from the back, come at them from the side, and pick one off at a time until we slowly get that burn and end up taking the flag. And then I'll deviate from the flag a little bit, keep an eye on it on my mini map, and watch for it to continue to burn from an enemy dropping on the flag. When that happens, I will head back to the flag and take it. So you see here, I'm out of the flag radius, I'm over here picking off some guys, and then I see this Jeep take in there, and I'm like, alright, they're going to start burning. I'm going to head back and take my flag back. So what I wanted to talk about in this video from a strategy standpoint is understanding how Conquest works and understanding how 64 players on a map at a given time affect how you should play the game. So in a game like Call of Duty, which is what I used to play a lot of, you have to kind of run around and find the action. In a game like Battlefield where there's objectives, players will play the objective and they'll come to that objective, and with 64 players on the server, you will see, and especially when the enemy team has the position captured that you're going after, you will see that you won't have to go find anybody. If you just play a nice slow to medium paced game and be at the ready, guys will be all over the place. You just have to have your aim on and land your shots, and you'll take them out slowly one by one, and you'll take over the flag. The other thing that you need to know about Conquest and Battlefield is that the enemy, when they have a flag, can spawn on it. So currently you can see that D flag is owned by the enemy team. That's why I'm being extremely cautious here, because the enemy can spawn on this flag. And when the enemy spawns on the flag, it's somewhat random. It'll kind of put them on the outskirts of the capping ring, and usually it's not behind you. Usually it's kind of like to the left or to the right or out in front of you from the far side of where your team is at. So what you want to do is play it safe, play it slow when you guys are on the burn on the enemy's flag, but they still own it. Once this flips over, so you'll see we keep taking a couple guys out here, I die, but if I would have stayed alive there and that red bar would have decreased down and turned to blue, once that turns to blue, they can no longer spawn on it. something very important you need to know when playing Conquest. So what I'm thinking about for this series is I'm thinking what I want to do is pick maps, and on each individual map show you guys where my preferred capture points are and kind of where I like to run back and forth from an infantry standpoint. And I say from an infantry standpoint because if you're running a chopper or a tank or something, you're pretty much going to circle the map over and over and over. You're generally not going to stay in one area too long because that's going to invite players like myself to come at you and just take you out really quickly. So generally if you're in a vehicle, you run, cap, go to the next cap, go to the next, and you're fighting from a distance. From an infantry standpoint, I like to get more in the heat of the battle right within the burn circle. So right here you can see I'm just continuing to pick off guys as they try and enter our area. And on rogue transmission, I think this D flag is awesome because it puts you, if you look at a large view, overhead view of this map, it puts you in a good position to kind of go at all the flags. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are interested in that. I can do a review of the conquest points on the various different maps and what I like to hold down. You gotta stay focused. It's not like choppers are just gonna fall down out of the sky right in front of your lap. That would never happen.